Hello friends, welcome back to the Evelyn Adore channel with me, Evelyn, and of course the Lady Luna. Now my friends, thank you so much to each and every single one of you for your continued love and support, because can't quite believe I'm saying this, but this week it's the third birthday dress that I'm creating here on YouTube. And as you can see, we've got some beautiful Indian summer sunshine. I'm feeling so lucky for the sun showing up. Now, for this year's birthday dress, my friends, I'm really excited because I've got a dream pattern mashup in my head that's been there for a little while. And I've also got some absolutely stunning fabric that is just itching to be made into a gorgeous birthday dress. So without further ado, let's get to some sewing. And a snooze for Luna, of course, it's a day with a Y in it. From my friends at Minerva, this gorgeous micro satin is pure luxury without having to sell your soul. Yes, this gorgeousness is affordable. The sewing gods, also known as Minerva, are nothing but kind. A high quality 100% polyester satin, the fabric is 58 inches wide, meaning even more fabric for your pennies. With an exquisite liquid-like drape and stunning more matte sheen, this incredibly affordable fabric looks and feels wonderfully luxurious. For my pattern, I ummed and ahed about designing and pattern drafting one, but there has been a vision stuck in my head for quite a while for a satin princess seamed maxi dress using two of my favourite purchased patterns. The Barbara bodice from Gertie's World on Patreon, another pattern I created using Minerva Wares, and the skirt from Simplicity 8013, which I have used previously to make last year's Christmas dress, using the exact same micro satin from Minerva, but in a crimson shade. I might be a bit obsessed with this pattern and this fabric. To the cutting table, my friends, which this week is my lounge coffee table. To make my sewing uber accessible, I have a few tables of differing heights around the house that I can use, so that if sitting on a chair is the best on one day, then I can use my dining table. If standing is better, I can use my folding table. And on this particular instance, sitting on my bum was the least painful option, so coffee table it was. My pain levels were rather high this week, and my dexterity and fine motor skills were pretty much in the proverbial toilet, so it was a mixture of pinning and cutting, and then using random objects as weights before tracing around the pattern and cutting out. In essence, my friends, just do whatever works for you to make creativity work for your needs. Pieces cut out, it was on to that sewing. Beginning with the bodice front and back pieces, stay stitching the princess seams at 1/2 inch and clipping to that stitching to make it easier for the next step. Those princess seams, spreading those clips to aid in pinning and sewing. Side seams next, and this bodice is just stunning. I highly recommend it. Straps next, and not one to ever conform, I'm going for a simple narrow strap rather than the tie ones that the Barbara pattern includes, using the thin strap pattern piece and simply extending it. To make the fitting process a breeze and to make sure that the straps are just the right length for me, I'm basting them to the back strap points only, allowing me to try the bodice on once it's constructed, leaving the front strap points open, allowing me to decide on the length of my straps easily by pulling them across my shoulders and pinning where I want them to end, before then inserting and stitching them in place. It's just a little hack that I do to make this easier for myself. Straps basted to the back, the lining and outer layers are then pinned and stitched all along the neckline, leaving the front strap points open for that fitting hack later on. And using my faithful Betty, check out how my bodice was looking. I love this Barbara bodice pattern. I love the neat, clean lines from the princess seams, and I really love how flattering it is to wear. Love it. On to that skirt, beginning by fixing an issue. This pattern has no pockets. Yes, I hear you scream, no pockets. So to fix that, enter the Liz dress pocket. Perfect. So grabbing my skirt front, I got to thinking about where to place those pockets, deciding on placing the top of the pocket edge 4¼ inches down from the waist of the pattern piece, or more precisely 3½ inches down from the seam allowance of 5/8 of an inch. Can you spot my error, friends? Those pockets should not be on the front skirt piece, they should be on the side fronts. Happily, I realised this error before any sewing had commenced. Thank goodness. So first up, it was time to sew the skirt front to the skirt side fronts. And then it was time to attach those pockets correctly to the side fronts. Phew. Now with pockets, my friends, don't skip pressing because it makes such a difference. Attach them using a seam allowance 1/4 inch less than your usual seam allowance. This will allow your pocket to be completely invisible from the outside. It will simply get lost in the seam. Secret pockets. And friends, if you're as obsessed with pockets as I am, I might have a video on just pockets right here on the channel. This whole process is then repeated with the skirt back, side back, and remaining pocket pieces, and the skirt was looking, well, massive. Right sides together, skirt side fronts and side backs are then pinned together and sewn, all along the length and all around those lovely pockets. Time to gather that skirt, starting by creating a long length straight stitch all along the waistline so we can pull on those bobbin threads to gather it. To fit the bodice like this. Use lots of pins here, friends, just in case those gathering stitches want to say sayonara. It has happened to me many a time. Then it was strap fitting time, and perfect strap length acquired, I could then insert them into the front strap points and stitch them in place. Not satisfied with just a dress, I also created the accompanying sash from the Simplicity pattern. Before inserting a zip, which I enjoyed so much and sailed through, there is precisely 0 footage of it. Oh well. Then getting all that lining all neat and tidy inside the garment too, to hand stitch it in place. The final thing, hemming this incredibly full skirt. And for the first time ever, I used a narrow hemming foot. Old habits usually die hard, and after almost 4 decades of hand-picking hems, it was time to give this hack a go. And well, I'm an instant convert. Well, you know what time it is, my friends. Well, what can I say about this dress? My third birthday dress here on YouTube. I love this stunning satin, and this gorgeous shade of blue is just incredibly stunning. I'm so glad with how this pattern combination turned out, because it's been an idea that's been in my head for quite a while. I'm just absolutely ecstatic with this resulting dress. Beautiful. So there we go, my friends, another birthday here on YouTube and another birthday dress. Check out these gorgeous roses, absolutely stunning. But until next week, my friends, you take care, and I'll see you then for some more vintage inspired creating. Bye.